What is spam score? Spam score represents the percentage of sites with the similar feature that are found to be penalized or banned by the Google. This does not mean that the site is spammy, but it is best to use this as a guide to find the potentially spammy sites, which can be investigated further.
Now, as we know about the trust flow of a domain, we can begin shortlisting the domain based on the trust flow. So for shortlisting the domains, we can just go to deleted.com domains. Now we can just go to filters again. Now we can go to this majestic. We can see all the matrices provided by the majestic are there, but we'll be focusing on the trust flow mainly. Okay, so the minimum of trust flow that I advise you to choose should be like 10 only. There shouldn't be any trust flow below the 10. Okay, that should be minimum. And the trust flow of 20 and above are considered to be a good trust flow. So for this tutorial, I'll be choosing the trust flow of 20. That minimum it should be 20. So we'll be applying the filter. Now we can see here are the results, and all the domains here are having a trust flow of minimum of 20. But most of these are not useful as well. We can neglect the domain names having some special characters like dash in this, or maybe we can have the domain names only with a character. And also for that also we'll be applying some more filters, like we can go to common filters, and we can apply it should have only characters, then it should be in English. Okay, so you can apply the filters. So these looks good. So these are all the domains that are present, but we can see most of them are registered. So you should be quick in finding these, and some of them are available. So we can apply one more filter like show available only available domains. So these are the domains that are currently available and having a trust flow greater than 20 or equal to 20, you can say. So the next task is to just copy each and every domain name to a text file. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. See you in the next one. What is Moz DAPA score? DAPA indicators are developed by the Moz, which stands for Domain Authority, and Page Authority, which tells about how well a page and a domain will rank in terms of SEO. The score of DAPA is calculated algorithmically on scale from 1 to 100. The higher the DAPA score, the better the domain or a website is. Domain authority predicts how well a domain as a whole will rank in a SERP, and page authority score will predict how well a specific web page will rank in SERP. What is spam score? Spam score represents the percentage of sites with the similar feature that are found to be penalized or banned by the Google. This does not mean that the site is spammy, but it is best to use this as a guide to find the potentially spammy sites, which can be investigated further. Now, as we have the list of domain names, we can further investigate them based on their DAPA and spam score. Okay, so for calculating DAPA score, we'll be going to any DAPA bulk checker. Okay, so for now I'll be going to this dapachecker.org. You can follow the same, or you can use the different as well. They'll be giving you the same result. Okay, so I'll be pasting my domain names here. Note only up to 20 links can be provided at a time here. Okay, so remember that. Now we'll be checking its authority. Okay, so here are the results. So note that domain authority and page authority should always be greater than 20. You shouldn't buy the domain having a domain authority less than 20. Okay, and page authority as well. Both should be at least 20. And second thing is the spam score of the domain should be less than 1%. You can see here it's 38%, 7%. So they are of no use. Okay, so domain authority, page authority should be greater than 20, and spam score should be less than 1%. Okay, because if you are having a spam score of less than 1%, it can be easily monetized. Okay, if it is greater than 1%, then you may have some problems monetizing it. So it's better to have a spam score of less than 1%. Okay, so now for now we'll be checking if any domain is having a DAPA value greater than 20. So we can see the results. So here it's 22, but DA value is 14. So we can see none of them are having as of now, because most of them are bought by someone, because they are actually bought within an hour of listing. So it's not easy to find them in a random span of time. So you should be quick in finding and buying them, because good domains are bought quickly. Okay, so we can see also they are having, all of them are having a spam score greater than 1. So anyways, we are not going to check them. Okay, so first thing you should be thinking about spam score only. If they are having a spam score of less than 1%, then you should go about checking these things, because even if your DAPA value is greater than 20 and your spam score is more than 1, then we'll not be buying that. Okay, so that should be taken into a consideration as well. Okay, so for now, for demonstration purposes, like as we don't have any domain with that, suppose we can take few examples like maybe this share foundation network. Okay, now what we'll be doing, that we'll be checking its backlinks. Okay, like how much backlinks it is having and what kind of backlinks they are. Like if they are directly mapping to this domain name, then there'll be good backlinks. If they are referring to its home pages or its other pages, you can say, then we'll not be considering that. Okay, so for finding the backlinks, we can go to hrefs. Okay, so you can paste your domain name here, share foundation network. Okay, we can check backlinks. See, it is having it 311 backlinks. Okay, so from here we can just go to top 5 pages. So you can clearly see that none of its backlink is actually pointing to the domain name, and all are referring to some other pages, okay, like heartbrain.html and all, and none of them is on Share Foundation network. So this domain name is of no use. Like these backlinks are of no use unless you make these pages. They are of no use because they are not referring to this original domain name, and they are referring to some other page. Okay, so we'll be neglecting that. Similarly, we can check some other example like this Caledonia Trailblazers. Okay, it is having a 61 backlinks. We'll be going to top 5 pages. Okay, so these are useful backlinks. You can see that these backlinks are pointing to the domain name. This as well. Like most of them are pointing to this domain name only. So they are actually useful. This website is useful than previous one. Okay, so these are not useful links. Okay, unless you make that page, they are not useful. So we can consider this one. Similarly, one more example I will take. Okay, this one. You can again check the backlinks. See, 253 backlinks. Okay, so now again go to 25 pages. So see, these are nice backlinks that they are pointing to this website only, this domain name only, and not to any other pages. Like few of them are here, 4 or 5, but that's fine. Most of them are pointing to this domain name. So this is nice too. So like that we can check the backlinks as well and take them into considerations. And a website with a good amount of backlinks to their homepage are very useful. Okay, so now what we can do, like suppose we do have this 14th one, and what else we searched, one was this and one was this, but we neglected this one because their backlinks were not pointing to the home page, so we neglected that one. Okay, so so now what we can do is, once we have checked the backlinks, we can just go and check how this website used to look, or what kind of niche this website used to had when it was there. Okay, so for that we can go to Wayback Machine. Okay, go to Wayback Machine and paste the link of website for which you are searching the history, and browse history. Okay, so see, this domain came into live in 2004, and from that only they are working constantly till 2021. Okay, so we can just check in 2004 how this site used to look. Okay, we can search that. So this was the interface. You can search for 2006 maybe. Okay, so this was better than before. So from this you can actually see what was the niche of that particular domain. Okay, so that will help you in case you don't want to sell the domain name and you want to build a website you can get the idea from this thing. Okay, so one more example maybe. What was the next one? It was this one in Wayback Machine. You can see it is from 2001 and working till 2020, and some impressions in 2022 as well. Okay, so we can clearly see. Yeah, okay, so we can see what it used to look like, what was the niche. Okay, so like that only we can use this Wayback Machine as well to explore more about the domain, so that we don't get any bad domain, and we also know about what it was used to be. Okay, so now that we have done almost everything, we can just see one more thing, if that's optional, but that's good to see as well. Okay, so we can just check about the organic traffic, that whether the traffic it got, this website got, was organic or due to some AdSense or anything. Okay, so we can go to SEMrush. Okay, you can search here about the domain. So you can clearly see that it isn't having any traffic as of now. Okay, so we can see the old time. Yeah, so it used to have the traffic till 2017, and all the traffic that it used to have was organic traffic, that was not paid traffic. So it is a good domain to be looked forward. Okay, so similarly we can again see the second domain, which we had this one, girllacrossegear.com. We can just go again and check. See, it was having the traffic, but it dropped due to something. Okay, we don't know the reason, but this traffic came and it suddenly dropped in 2 years. Okay, so these things gives you a little bit more insights about this domain. Okay, so all the traffic were organic here as well. So as of now it is not having any traffic. So all these things you can take into considerations while getting a domain name. Okay, so any domain passing all these factors are considered to be a very good and profitable domain. Okay, so even if you find one such or two such domains, it will be very profitable for you. So by this, how you can actually find the domain name, which are very useful as well as profitable. So hope you enjoyed this lecture and go to learn something new. That's all for this lecture, and see you in the next one. Thank you. Now as we have learned how to shortlist a domain, now the next thing we are going to do is to buy that domain name. Okay. Suppose you have shortlisted some domain name. Let it be get xyzdomain.com. Now you can see we have found the exact match. Now you can just go to add to cart and just add that to the cart, and you need to change it to 1 year. Okay, keep going. You don't need to take any protection as of now, as you are going to flip the domain only. So you don't need to provide this protection and all. Whosoever is buying the domain, they can take care of that. So no thanks for that. Okay, you can continue to the cart. Now you don't need any email for that, so you can drop this as well. So we can see the final cost I am getting here right now is around the $10, but you will be getting it for $5 if it is your first domain that you are going to buy through GoDaddy. If you have already bought one or more domains, then it will be around $10. So this will be the cost, and you can just go to I'm ready to pay. So here will be like around $2 of taxes and all. So you can just pay and get your domain name. Okay. So once you have got your domain name, you can just go to GoDaddy. Okay. And then you can go to this My Products. So here you can see your domain. So like now I have already bought a one for demonstration. So here your domain will be showing whatever you have bought. Okay, so that is how we are going to buy a domain name through the GoDaddy. It's pretty simple. You can do it within a few minutes. Okay, that's all for this video. See you in the next one. So finally we are going to learn to list a domain for the sale. For listing a domain, you need to go to auctions.godaddy.com. You can use any other site like Flippa or any other site, but I recommend you to use this GoDaddy auctions site because GoDaddy is going to take care of everything because you are going to buy a domain from GoDaddy and reselling here is a lot easier than reselling it on my other site. So you don't have to worry about anything here. So for selling the domain in the auctions, we need to first buy the membership of GoDaddy Auctions. The membership of GoDaddy Auctions is really cheap. It's like around $6 a year, and it is one of the best auctions present in the market. So I highly recommend to go with Auctions GoDaddy. So for that, you can just go to join now, and then we can see it's around $6 a year, and you can go to join now. There is nothing in my basket because I have already purchased this one. But when you will press the join button, you will be redirected to purchase now. Okay. And with the similar steps as we have done in purchasing a domain, we can purchase this membership as well. Okay. And similarly, after buying that membership, you can again go to My Products. And auction membership will be here, listed here. Okay. So you can just go to manage now. So see, it's redirected to the same page. So you can just log in after buying a membership. I'm logging in. Sign in. Okay, so finally we are logged in. Now what we need to do is we need to go to this selling list. Then we can see list a domain. So we can see there is an option called create your listing. Okay, so here we can just go and give the name of the domain. Like in this case, we are going to give it's fighterb.com. Then confirm the domain fighterb.com. Okay, So there are many types of listing. First, offer counter offer. In this, someone will send you an offer and you can accept or give them a counter offer. And second listing, it's offer counter offer with buy now. Like you will be giving them offer and counter offer, as well as you will be providing a fixed cost in which you will be ready to sell your domain. Like suppose you have listed a buy now for $100. If someone pays $100, and they can buy now as well, okay, and there is a buy now only in which only you will be selling it, and there is no option for counter offer. And then is a 7-day public auction. In this, your domain will be sold in 7 days. In all other options, even if someone sends you an offer, it's your will that you want to sell your domain or not. But in a 7-day public auction, if someone bids on your domain with a minimum of bid that you have opted, then your domain will be sold after 7 days. There is no option for backing out from this one. Okay, but if no one has placed a bid on your auction, then your domain will be back in your account. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'll be going with a 7-day public auction. Okay, then see, we have few things like what is the starting bid amount. Suppose I want the starting amount to be minimum of 50. If someone places a bid below that, then your domain will not be sold. If someone placed a bid of 50 or above, then the domain name will be transferred to them. Okay, so you can add the reserve price as well, the price at which you bought the domain. Okay, so here you can check, we can provide the category of the domain. Like I have checked this domain in Wayback Machine, and it was used to be the security domain. So I'll be putting that category only. You can see it's security. Okay, only one category is for free, and all the category, if you want to add like 4 other categories, you can add for additionally $3 to $4. Okay, so I'll be just placing the one category, and you can write the description about the domain. Okay, or anything you want, you can write about the domain. Okay, so like get this amazing domain name for really cheap now. Okay, so there are two more things, like increase the visibility. Your domain will be shown in the feature domains, like for $20 more, they'll be showing your domain to the featured domains for 3 months. Like if you are a beginner only, I'll recommend you not to use these things, as you don't have any initial sales yet. So you can just try and play with new domains, and once you have the relevant knowledge and skills, you can go with these things as well. And with this $10 listing, they'll be listing your domain in the content page. Okay, so these are really cool options, but I recommend you can use after you have got the relevant knowledge. Okay, so then and then you have to add the recipient name. Okay, I've already added, you need to add it first. Okay, from settings you can go, and you can add the pay option, and then you can add the data of the payee, and finally you need to do, I have read and agree to the terms and condition. So that's all for listing this domain name, and we can just go to finish. So our domain has been listed successfully, but it's not showing here because it will take some time to reflect in the selling list. Okay, so you can just go to this pending option. So you can see that it's pending. And to speed up, you need to add a txt record to your current registrar DNS. Okay, so for that you can just go to settings. In settings, you can just copy this one. Okay, then what you can do is go to this my products. And again you can go to this DNS option. Okay, then you can, what you can do is you can add, select the type as txt and the name to be at the rate if you are adding the record from GoDaddy only. Okay, then value should be that txt record, and time to live, I recommend you guys to have a minimum of 1 hour. I'll be doing 1 day. Okay, so you can just add the record. See, the record already exists for me because I have added it before some time, and you can add the same. Okay, so this will speed up the process for you. Okay, so this marks the end of this tutorial as well as this course. So I hope you guys go to learn something new from this course and are much more confident about domain flipping now. If you are a beginner, then I just have a simple advice for you. You can start this domain flipping as a hobby. Like, don't keep on investing money on it. Just buy one single domain for $4 to $5 and then try to flip it. Don't use that feature listing and everything at the start only, because this domain flipping can take time. It can take a week or a month to just sell your first domain. And once you have sold that first domain with the profit of from that domain, you can try to buy new domains and try to flip them, or then try to do feature listing once you have the relevant knowledge. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this course. I'll take a leave now. See you guys in my other courses. Thank you so much.